Speaking of working fine, I didn't get dinner tonight, and I don't want to be head of the house or nothing, but I'm talking quietly so she doesn't hear. But I was going down, and I was like, all right,
Way to lodge a complaint.
She's making a salad, and it ain't getting done, and it's like 5 minutes before we start. So I was like, I can't eat because we're starting a podcast. I'm not going to eat a salad during it. That's why I have noisy fans and shit or whatever. But and then she goes, well, I thought you recorded on Tuesday, which doesn't save her, right? Because today's Wednesday and I didn't record yesterday. So somebody fucked up.
Well, I'm going to tell you this as a person who also podcasts with a female partner in the house. I could tell Carrie Mitchell when I'm podcasting 6 times a day.
Yeah.
And twice as often on the day of the podcast. And if you asked her at any point during the week, she would have no clue.
But so does she spend any time during the week in classes where she learns to listen to her man?
No, she doesn't.
Right.
You got me there, brother.
Yeah.
She does not.
So it's
in fact, I think most of the people in her ear are telling her to listen even less to her man than she normally would have been accustomed.
That is true.
So I'm not eating dinner right now.
Well, neither are we, Andy. So maybe you're on the right podcast. This isn't the Eating Dinner with Andy podcast.
Right. Well, that would be, we could do a segment, but it's like I don't want to
only on Tuesday.
I don't even want a goddamn dinner. I just want, it's like, but old man, she has to get in there and do it. But I just have a fucking sandwich or some shit on podcast night, and that would be good. But no, it has to be done. Oh, I'll get in there and get it. I'm sorry. That looks like Harlan Williams.
That's Harlan Williams half-baked. I should have done that from the beginning.
That's from Dumb and Dumber, but yeah.
I mean, Dumb and Dumber. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So Andy's going to do this podcast hangry.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's like I'm coming off of I'm getting white, everything in my colon getting squeezed out in a matter of 2 or 3 hours. It's fucking. I before I did a colonoscopy, they give you you drink like gallons of water. Like
it's
a lot.
Not water. It's not water.
But you mix it up.
It's something to flush your system,
right?
Because they want it. They don't want anything. They want no paint on the walls when they go searching up there.
And so now it's more concentrated. So it's like they give you the fluid or the stuff. You mix it with water. It's like 20 ounces. You drink that 20 ounces in an hour, which I hate following fucking directions.
We know.
But I drank it in about a half hour, and then I know, and then you got another hour to drink 32 ounces of water, which then I was like, oh, I should probably wait till the next hour to start the water. But holy fuck, man!
Wait, why did you think you should wait till the next hour to start the water?
It said to drink, and then I didn't. It's like, assemble all pieces, and then I skip and look at the pictures. So
I'm just interested in the fact that you didn't really follow the directions that closely, but you also kind of changed them to what you decided they should
made it up.
You followed them. You followed them halfway.
Yeah,
it's like reading ahead when you're in school. You read ahead, and then you just coast for a while. Yeah. All right, I don't have to do anything now for a half hour. And then I can get back to drinking water.
It told me to mix the cocktail, and then there were other words or whatever, but I knew I had to drink it, and then it was like, oh, I better, after the 15th time I blasted the toilet, I was like...
Don't pay attention to the details when 8 hours later, a man is going to go up your rectum with a camera.
Yeah. Dr. Yang.
Just wing it, right? He is.
Yeah, well, Dr. Yang was anyway, so it was I thought I could go move a sprinkler. I walked out.
Wait, is this going to be a metaphor, or are you literally?
I mean,
move a sprinkler. That sounds suspect.
I thought I could.
I just dug a ditch.
I'll tell you what, there was a spray.
Yeah, there was, and I stopped at the laundry room and changed out clothes like I murdered somebody. Like get the evidence in the wash machine, but I I bent over to pick up the sprinkler, and I was like, whoa, nope. All right. But it felt a lot worse than it looked, because I expected it to be, like I might have to debate whether to keep the underwear at all. But it's just like hot water.
So that was actually both literal and a metaphor. You bent over to pick up the sprinkler, and then
I watered my pants instead of the yard. And it's fucking hot, It's not a good time to go, into fucking fits of diarrhea when it's 90 degrees. And then
that sucks.
Then I drank the water, and my gut kind of calmed down, but not really. So I just laid.
Wait, hold on, Andy. You didn't drink water. You drank the prep drink, which
you follow it with water.
Yeah, after that.
Okay.
So you
I
really
just want to make sure
you're drinking a big gulp of water and 20 ounces of this stuff, whereas before it was gallons and gallons. So you kind of ease into it. It's like doing shots instead of having beers. So I was like, gloop, gloop, I'll do another one. And then it was like fucking, it fucked me up. I still don't feel right.
Andy, this is the most beautiful part about this is you were supposed to drink the first one in 20 minutes, but you drank it in 30 minutes. And then it said...
No, I had an hour. I was the first one.
You drank it too fast.
I drank it too fast, and it's concentrated as opposed to what I did before, where it was like gallons of water. So I was kind of prepared for that. Instead, it was like chug a beer, and then it's like, wait, no, it says an hour. But I didn't like the taste of it, so I drank it fast, and then that's when I noticed it said over the course of an hour.
I got you. I misunderstood that first part. I thought that changes it a little bit, but it doesn't change the fact for me anyway.
I shit my pants.
I'm just.
It doesn't change anything for me. I know exactly.
We'll get there. But if I drink the other, if I have some time to kill in between the 2 steps of my diarrhea medicine manual, if I have time to kill between step 1 and step 2, I'm not going to give myself any tasks at all. No tasks. I'm going to stay close to the bathroom. Or possibly in it. I'll be right there. I'm not going to.
The sprinkler was just out right outside the back door.
Literally.
Yeah. You don't want to go and drain some pipes.
Yeah.
Or
I waited till I
blow some mud.
Right. I went to the toilet like 20 times, and then I started to feel a little better. And then I thought, I got to move that sprinkler. And good thing the hose was out there. It was easy cleanup and all, but good Lord. And then then I had to repeat it. So that was at 5:00 at night. And then I'm not eating. And then at 3 a.m, I got to get up and do the same thing. It's like, that is a fucking wicked, shitty alarm clock to wake you up to induce fucking more flame throwing out your ass. And I did that. I did about 35 minutes. The first time I kind of drank it in about 10 minutes. And then the second time I did it, I still did it fast because I didn't want to be up all night, but it didn't help. I was, fucking blasting, and you think you're everything's out. No, fucking, it's just unbelievable how much stuff can come out. I'm going to have my colon just fucking remove it. I don't even want, it's fucking full of toxins and so one time when I had to go downstairs to shat, or I was just downstairs and I shat down there, and then I threw up because of the stink of it, and then my wife, she starts fucking gagging and stuff, and like, oh, are you gonna come in here and throw up?
Well, her senses are heightened,
right?
So
she's
being upstairs. You were a gentleman.
Yeah,
that was magnanimous of you, because honestly, your care for your roommate's heightened olfactory senses.
I was surly about
coming
it.
Through, and then you went downstairs and you ruined that.
I know. I said I don't need any sympathy gags. Like I'm. And she goes, "It just stinks." Hey, every human being is full of the same stuff, man. So
shit.
It was a pretty fucking long situation, and then I got to the hospital, and then I had to still blast. So I'm kind of worried, I did soak. Oh, and good news to the future Airbnb guests, I replaced the toilet.
Yeah, wrap a commercial in right now. Wrap a commercial. Remind everyone that you have an Airbnb.
I took the toilet seat and looked at it and was like, this isn't even a cleaning situation. I'm just going to get a new one. So there's a brand new unused toilet seat waiting for a guest. Unless
hopefully with a bidet on it.
Well, there's a hose, right? I consider a hose just a outdoor bidet.
Yeah, a hillbilly bidet.
Again, we covered this. If you're outside, that's the way to do it. But most of your shitting will happen inside. And I got to order some bidets for the house here. So I'm just going to get a bunch. I'm going to send you a couple.
How do you fertilize your plants if you just wash it down the toilet? I can squat over a rose bush and multitask.
Well, it sounds like you could stick your ass out your back door slider and get the whole hedge.
You take care of the neighbors.
Yeah. So it was, I would recommend anyone drink it, follow the directions.
Oh.
They write them out.
Great advice.
I doubt that, but here's the thing. I doubt that I'll bet you that when they say over the course of an hour, they just don't want you to take more than an hour, because most people would think it sucks and they'd try to take all day to do it. Right. And they're saying drink it in an hour.
Yeah. So they
want it to process through your body in a timely manner, because what it's doing is it's water soluble. So it's grabbing all the water. Right. They want chunks of it going through your system at a measured rate.
If it was critical that they space this 20 ounces of fluid out over 60 minutes, they would tell you to drink 3 ounces and then to drink 3 ounces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I doubt that was
like.
It might have said that. We don't know. Yeah. Remember, Andy just said it said words. There was words.
I got a bunch of fucking. I don't read anything. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff. I don't follow directions, and I don't like being put on the spot like that.
You should ask your partner to read the directions to you.
Wait, then she'd have to go sit at a thing with a fucking blind joke.
Oh, that's true. I forgot.
If it was written on a billboard.
I thought that's what he was doing too.
I forgot. I didn't even mean it.
You blow up a nitroglycerin factory. But, and every time it's just like, fucking, it feels like your whole ass cheeks and everything is being blasted with hot water. And it's unbelievable how I didn't know how strong my asshole was until I fucking chugged that fluid. And so then I got to the hospital uneventfully. For the most part. And then the first lady came in, the nurse, she had me sign some papers and stuff. And then she said something about COVID. If I get COVID within 2 weeks of that, I need to let her know. So they could trace it or whatever. And I go, well, I got and she goes, well, if I just come, in and have my mask down all willy nilly and you end up getting COVID. And I was like, well, that's a good sign. She dropped willy nilly on me.
So she's a fan.
Oh, big fan. Fan.
But here's an important part. They asked if I smoke marijuana. And I said, no, not really. And they go, oh, okay, that'll affect your anesthesia a little bit. And I go, well, wait, what do you mean?
In what way?
If you smoke marijuana, it's harder to put you down. So they have to go deeper. Good. So I said, and then I go, well, let me amend that. I smoke weed all the time. Like I smoked, about a half hour ago. So then she goes, okay, well then, and then I said, last time I woke up during it, and they go, okay. So I got a good dose. Ooh.
Oh my God, Chaille.
Oh, that's an elephant trunk. I thought that was a colon.
You thought it was your garden hose?
That's the camera coming out.
Really? Yeah, it might be. I got pictures of my polyps. Like, I was like, I just like looking.
Oh, those are tusks.
Yeah, so I have those removed. Oh, and so then I get.
Hey, look out for poachers if you've got those.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was cleaner. I mean,
olives are worth a lot of money on the black market.
I told you I
grind them up into medicine in China.
Yeah, they're like truffles. You have to
aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac.
So the doctor, though, Dr. Yang, I just met him online, and then I see him sitting there with his back to me, and he's got like Brett Erickson, long flowing hair, and I thought I'm not I don't drop all like Doug's been saying, Doug's been pining for male company and saying he's attracted to different dudes. Well, when I had that meeting with Dr. Yang, I was like, God, he's a good-looking Asian fella. And then he was sitting there, and I was starting to go under they started pumping the anesthesia in, and then he turned around and he was like, good-looking dude. So it's like, well, if somebody's got to go in my ass, I guess Dr. Yang would be on the list.
So you're saying you were checking him out when he turned around?
Well, he turned around and he's like, hi, Andy. We met on, it's like, whoa, he's got fucking, he might even been Hawaiian. He was so handsome.
When you say met online, are you talking about Craigslist?
Yeah.
This doesn't sound legit.
You found your
this is backdoor.com. I mean, backpage.com.
I got to catch up. I had a second. I had to talk to Mitchell. This is Andy's doctor, Dr. Yang. He's a handsome Hawaiian hair flowing guy. Asian, and Andy knows him from we met when I did a meeting with him online about the thing. And then I had this heat rash on my back. It's not on my ass, but it's right near it. And I as I said, you should put some psychedelics up on the wall, like pictures, because they just have boring shit to stare at, and it would be like kind of cool to fade out with something better. And then I said, Dr. Yang, or I said, hey, nice to meet you. Hey, pleasantries. And then I said, I should probably warn you, I got a big rash on and that's when I don't remember anything after that. Just fucking out. That's when it kicked in.
Dr. Yang roofied you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he saw it.
Did all of this take place in a van behind Wendy's?
Yeah.
You sure you went to a doctor's office?
What kind of insurance do you have?
You never know, and there was a room full of people too. I mean, there was like five people in the room.
This happened in a room full of people?
Yeah. Now, they were all watching from up top in one of those, when they view a surgery.
Yeah, there was like a whole team in there. I felt like a NASCAR car with the wheel off. They go, really the last thing, they have you adjust your legs, like you straighten your lower leg and then bend the other one. Like, oh, all right, here we go. And then, and then I wake up in the room. That was it. I was fucking out. And, a half hour later or 45 minutes later, it's like I haven't been on the drugs as much lately, and I was really enjoying just being I was laughing on the anesthesia, just happy as shit. It was
so
I wish
now
I could be like that all the time.
Was it worth it? Do you want to go back, go through the shitting experience again to ride that beautiful anesthesia train?
No, it's totally worth it.
No, but I thought, if that stuff wasn't so expensive, that would be a great trick for somebody. Like, here, man, do you want to try this cherry beer? Hey,
it's an Angry Orchard cider. Check it. Here you go.
Yeah, well,
you got to drink it in an hour.
Mishka, hey, try this stuff. It doesn't have any booze in it. All right, yeah.
Will it make me more attractive to young girls?
Yeah, it'll make you very attractive. So then it's fucking way hot. I took James Frostwind breakfast afterwards because he came and got me, and then so I was paying the bill and I said, yeah, I got to buy breakfast because he how did I say it? He shepherded me away from my colonoscopy, or and then I didn't even know they had a quote board, but she goes, oh, I got to write that on the quote board, like I'm buying him breakfast because he picked me up for my colonoscopy. But then I got home and there was no mail, and I didn't have a car to go search for the guy, so I sat out there I had my hospital thing on and blue tape on the other side from the IV. And I sat out there for a long time, and then the mail truck comes, and I'm like, okay, here we go. It's fucking, he's going to put something in the box, and I'm going to be right there. And then I sat out there. You talking
about Dr. Yang or someone else?
No, the mailman. I got home. I mean,
let's back up a little bit, because last time we talked, you had just gotten back from a trip, and there had been no mail while you were gone.
And the mail,
what happened there? Because you were going to call, and then have you gotten any mail?
Some of it got returned. Some of it, anyway. On Saturday there was mail, but I know Kev doesn't work on Saturday, so it was someone else. So the day of the colonoscopy would be the first day that Kevin would be delivering mail to the box. So I wanted to be there to greet him, even though I was still in an anesthesia fog and everything. And so I waited, and it's fucking 90 degrees here the last few days. So I'm fucking sweating bullets, sitting in the chair, and then his truck, comes up close, and then the truck goes away. It's like, oh fuck. So I think he's gonna catch it on the back end of it. So I go grab about a 30-minute nap, and I can't sleep very well because I got to get up and fuck with this guy. And so I'm out there in the chair, and I got these round blue glasses on. And the hospital stuff, and I was laying there, and I realized I probably look like the Weekend at Bernie's guy. All fucking, who's that?
Get the fuck out of here.
So I'm sitting in the chair waiting for this dude, and I fell asleep. But I got my hospital stuff on, and I'm sitting there, looked like a dead man, at the top of my driveway, and then I hear his truck up the hill, and I thought, I'll run down and get some. I wrapped my head up like I had, so I wanted him to think I was that committed that I just got out of the hospital. Like a World
War II head injury?
Yeah, like I wrapped my head and I had the hospital shit on, and then it wasn't his truck, so I'm just sitting out there and waiting, and he's got to be here in the next 4. I'm only gonna sit out here in an anesthesia fog in the fucking heat of the day for another hour. That's all I could allot. And so then I get on the phone. I'm talking to Brett Brock, and so I'm talking to him, and then the motherfucker comes up the hill instead of down the hill, and he gets out and he delivers a piece of mail. I go, how'd that feel? But I couldn't. I was ready to videotape him, but I couldn't do it because I was on the phone and it was just too quick. And he got out and he popped a letter from Brett Brock that he sent so I'd have mail. And so I got him at my neighbor's place. But I go, like Gary Busey said when he pushed me to the back of the line, he goes, now, how's that feel? So that's what I said. He put the mail in the box. And I go, I felt like it was too hot to say any more. It's like he's at the end of his route. It's 90 plus. So he's probably not in the mood to be called on being a fucking loser, which he is. He lost. He has to put mail where I told him to.
Good thing you're rubbing.
The only way it would have been better. The only way it would have been better if you had a red balloon in one hand and a fistful of dog shit in the other. And,
how about I was doing the prep and then just go.
Cheer.
Thanks, Kev.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the postmaster would still be on your side if you spray shit on one of his deliveries.
You can still
no matter
right. You're a reasonable guy title would go away. But I did tape him delivering to the neighbors. He kind of sideways glanced at me and saw that I had a head, I was hoping he would think was a head wound and the hospital bandages. So, I don't win.
You think that would make him have sympathy for you? Because I think that would just make him be glad you were injured. Like,
yeah,
cool, well, good. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. And he can have that because I wasn't injured.
Oh, so that's nice. You're making him feel good. That's actually a good strategy.
I don't like that strategy.
No, that's a good strategy. Let your opponent, that's very like Sun Tzu. Like you let your opponent think they've won because then they quit fighting so hard. But secretly,
you're quoting Art of War on this podcast?
I don't know that I am. But I know that it is a very it's a kind of strategy that's at least couched in Eastern wisdom. It might not be Sun Tzu, but you let your opponent think they've got the better of the deal, and then you can walk away with what you want.
They lower their guard.
But right, and a lot of people can't resist, claiming victory. So that's
what I noticed too is now he drives up the hill further and then he goes down the hill to do the whole route and then he quits and he drives off and he just delivers. He's had to alter his whole fucking strategy.
So does he? So that's why he didn't want to do it. He already knew in his head that this was a game changer for him. Yeah. He's like, he was one envelope away from having to just redo his whole route through the subdivision. And then this box change happened. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah. So I'm going to put down my big metal one with the lock box and all. I've got, I'm upgrading.
Wait, you're talking about the one that willy-nilly's sending you?
No, I got a locking one. I got like 3 or 4 mailboxes now because of this whole thing. I got the PO box. No mail's delivered there, but it cost $80 for
the guy Erickson, the guy from San Diego,
Marty.
Yeah. He offered to send Andy like Fort Knox fucking mailbox.
I've seen it. It's a trophy, but it is
that would be the one to use.
We'll get a picture.
I'll put that in someplace else. But I got to have a locking one up there because, my neighbors are fucking creepy. So I've won that. I mean, it's over. He put a piece of mail in the box and
that's it.
And if it wasn't so hot and I wasn't on anesthesia, I probably would have, got up and celebrated or, I felt like Tiger Woods fist pumping and stuff.
You do the icky shuffle.
I picture this this is how the movie would happen. It would be the story of the mailman. And you'd follow the mailman through his mundane life. And then this would happen, and he'd lose this, and it would be even worse. And he's like, fuck my life. And then this guy's rubbing his nose in it all the time, and he's like, you fucking cocksucker. You had to deliver that mail. And he'd wander toward you out of the bushes, and so his head wrapped in gauze, and he's all glassy-eyed, and he's kind of like stumbling, and he's going, fuck you. And he walks out into the street, and he just gets fucking blasted by a bus.
Yeah,
and roll the credits.
No buses up on these hills, so
be careful out there under the influence of anesthetic, Andy.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, the next day I stumbled and almost fell down, so I must have been pretty fucking knocked out. Yesterday, was it yesterday? God damn.
Yeah.
I go. I'd like to request a sailing bag, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we do that." I go, I mean, to go. Gotta get one. Take one.
Put it in my big gulp cup. I mean, come on. Where are you going?
I've always thought, I mean, they're sailing. I don't like getting the needle. Oh, and then so when she put the needle in my arm, they tried to distract me. I guess they had in their notes how I am with needles. And so one lady was asking me questions, and then I'm watching the other one out of the corner of my eye with the needle. And then, and she goes, if you don't tighten your arm up, it won't hurt. And it fucking hurt because I didn't
No, your arm was tightened. That's why she told you that.
Yeah, and I had to do a COVID test before all this, and they jammed that shit way up your nose.
That hurt.
It says relax your eyes. Like really, when something goes way up my nose, I tend to shut my eyes. But I guess I don't know. I must have passed, or I wouldn't have had.
Yeah, it's the end part of a sneeze when something goes up your nose. It's like
it's terrible.
It goes so far up.
It feels like they're rubbing the bottom of your brain.
Yeah,
that really is an uncomfortable, terrible thing.
Yeah, so it hasn't been the best couple of days.
No.
But
listen, you need to get a colonoscopy. I'm next on the list, so it's an important thing to do. So
I'll send you the directions.
Yeah,
and
I'm calling Dr. Yang, man.
So then I got my results, and I can't access them because I don't remember my code to get in there. And then I was on hold for 35 minutes, and then finally she got on there, and she goes, "Oh, I'll reset the passcode," which she did not. And so I tried, and then I got locked out of my own fucking results. I may have cancer. I may not. I'll have to fucking get on.
As long as you don't find your passcode, you don't have cancer.
I'll probably find out. The mailman will drop a thing off in my box. It'll say you have cancer.
No, that'll be one of the ones that he fucking loses. Yeah. It's gonna be your word against his forever. That's why I was gonna say you need to get him like a gift card and a little note, saying, "Hey man, thank you for make nice with the mailman now." Because
I was thinking about giving him.
You can't rub it in his face.
Card.
That's like you're fucking with the guy who's got to make your dinner every day still, and you're like, "Fuck you! You didn't spit my food, cocksucker!" Yeah. And then you're like, "He's making my food tomorrow."
He's gonna be grinding up glass to put into the casserole,
One teaspoon too.
He'll strategically lose mail that he feels is important, and
that's right.
Well, I don't know. Did you have insurance or tracking or something? Because I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Chad's exactly right. Because if he just got rid of all of your mail, he'd get caught. But he can lose specific pieces, and no one. What are you going to do about it? Nothing.
That's why I ask people to send me stuff, and I know who, like I got 3 or 4 things today that were sent to me, and then I'll just keep sending myself stuff. It's not over, but I
Chad's right, Andy. Andy, just make friends with him now. You won. He's delivering it where you want. That's what you wanted.
Gracious in victory. Make him feel good and feel good.
Understand when you've won so that you can walk away without ending up losing. The only thing that can happen in this relationship, you're on top. The only thing that can happen is you can change from that position. So the longer you engage with this guy, the more likely it is that you will no longer be the winner. So
I can also put a queen bee. I can dig up a yellow jacket queen.
That's not what he's talking about. Andy, we
save the yellow jacket for the next cocksucker that you have to battle with.
20-some years. You should just let well enough alone with the victory. You have a W with a 1 under it.
I still got to do
that. He's probably not a bad guy.
No, he's a douche. He's an awful.
Let's give him a shot. Make him some cookies.
Yeah.
Well, that's he wouldn't take those. Fuck.
If it wasn't
You're right.
Hey,
you got to work up
to
the
try some cherry flavored cookies.
Go make him cookies.
Yeah. But I thought about giving him a Starbucks card for $1.
Don't do that.
No, see.
Here's
bad result.
Just do what Chad said. Chad's right. Just say, "Hey, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My wife very much appreciates it. You've made our lives a lot easier. Thank you. Thank you." And then the next time when it's Christmas or if there's some sort of whatever reason, then you give him a good little $25 gift card to somewhere or whatever it is, whatever you decide. And then you're back to you're getting your mail where you want, and all of your mail's coming to you, and there's no problem, and your life has gotten a little bit easier, and you've won, and you did it.
Take the victory.
Yeah.
I want to take a victory lap and egg him on before that.
That's the thing Erickson is saying. You're trying to take a victory and turn it into a loss.
Yeah.
Let me just burn these tires off.
Yeah.
You're giving him that would give him a chance, Andy. In real life, that would give him a chance to start fucking with you, and you don't want him to start fucking with you because he can start fucking with you, and it would be hard for you to prove that he was doing it.
You think he could do any more to me than Dr. Yang did? Yeah, so I feel like yesterday I just wanted to make sure he was delivering and then get footage of him putting mail in my box, and I fucked that up. But he knows I've been in the hospital. I'm committed to watching him, and we'll just we'll see how it goes. I don't want him to be like fucking an enemy, but I also think he's such a fucking asshole. I couldn't bring myself to go, hey Kev, let's just bury the hatchet. And I have a hatchet right here. I broke while trying to dig this hole.
But this is literally somebody you don't even have to interact with at all. unless you intentionally go out there when he's going to be there again and again. You know, so I mean, it's not hard. I don't know. That's what you should do as a like an art of war. Like Erickson would say, you gotta.
Andy, understand this. You are getting this advice from the person most likely to kick somebody's ass and just at the drop of a hat be so pissed off, and he's telling you to just walk away.
It's over, Johnny.
Also, it's because I have put myself in the position of the mailman, and I would be going, "Fuck that guy. That's thick. Yeah. That envelope is thick. Right. Nope, no tracking on that. Fuck that one."
This is from a doctor.
He's already done that.
This feels like
to it.
He's already sent mail all around, like return to sender shit. You know, when I have two anyway. Yeah, Kevin. You know,
all the more reason to make nice. He'll feel like a dick for doing that and won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Now you need your mail. So now the next phase of just couch it a different way, Andy. Maybe realize that now if you are still fighting him, maybe now you understand that the only way that you actually win this next round of the fight is if you get all of your mail. If you can get 100% of your mail, then you've won. So whatever you have to do that is the tack you have to take.
I think what I'll do is march up my wife there with her blind stick and go to the mailbox. Once I get the other one set and she can, I'll make sure I got to figure out his route again. You know, we're both trying to adjust to his new route. It's
up past your house and then past your house again.
But then he breaks it off and then he splits it into two pieces. And I'm going to have to, get. Because I don't know what time he brings the mail anymore. It used to be at 1:30. Now it's at 4 o'clock. So
I retract all of my previous statements. I think you should do exactly what you're doing and just keep stalking the mailman. This is fucking hilarious.
Well, but if I bring her out there, then it's like it humanizes me.
I don't. What?
If
you're a monster. You're involved. You're right. You're involving your roommate. There's no reason to do that.
I remember telling that guy, I said, I mean, I'm good at this. One time I got a Dewey years ago and I said, you're going to pull me out of the car and I'm going to blow a .01 and I'm still going to get arrested. And that's what happened. I blew up 01. And I told him when all this started, I go, well, my wife's not going to take this and she's going to write a lot of letters to people. And eventually that mailbox is going to be right where I want it. And he didn't seem to believe that at all. Now it's fucking reality. It's staring right at him once a day, 5 days a week, rain, sleet, snow. I don't know about that. I bet he won't come up if there's any sleet. He's not. And he carries, here's what a dick this guy is. He carries 2 canisters of mace. Like a fucking.
You keep saying that as if it's like a fucking.
That's for turkeys.
Weird thing.
Why would you need a second canister?
Because the first one ran out on the 3 pit bulls that came at him.
You ever seen the movie when the guy's shooting the gun and then it runs out of bullets and then he's like, fuck, he's got to throw the thing at him. That's what happens if your first can of mace runs out. You got to have a backup can.
And he probably will mace my old dog eventually when he has to come up to the porch. But I've always thought, I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, or maybe not. I watched Mr. Rogers at some point in my life, and he had Mr. McFeely, the mailman, and he was always fun. And Cliff Clavin, he's kind of a douche, but he was fun on Cheers. And Fred Flintstone's mailman seems all right.
Yeah.
But mine.
And what about Newman?
Newman. Well, Newman had the same kind of fucking shit going as my guy. Disappearing.
That seems like you got a Newman instead of a Clavin.
Hello, Kevin. That's what I should do. Hello, Kevin.
We got it.
Thanks for the delivery, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
So I fucking it's a family effort. It's the first thing we've done together in 30 years. No, 20 some years. We've never done anything. Yeah, Mr. McFeely. Look at that guy. Man, you think I'd feud with him? You think I would follow Mr. McFeely around and harass him?
Yeah.
He's got a fucking million pieces.
He looks like a
pedophile. It says speedy delivery on his jacket. Hell yeah, you'd follow him around and see what kind of drugs he's got to be so fucking happy.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't even a legit
Mr.
mailman.
McFeely's 23 years old.
What was he just like delivering what are the fucking he's like writes that shit down and then he's not a legit
Morse code.
Yeah, he does Morse code deliveries. Stop! Your dad's been shot. Stop! He did. I guess I take Mr. McFeely off the list because he's out of uniform. I like how they make him wear wool pants and stuff. Like he's if Kevin were just another dude in the neighborhood, I would be like, man, what do you have to wear that shit for? It's way too hot for that, or whatever. But I like it. He's fucking sweating his balls off and carrying the mail. Fuck him.
Doesn't he ever wear shorts?
He wears shorts, but there's still that fucking fabric.
Wool is a wicking material. I mean, don't knock it.
Well,
I mean, that's.
I just
Chaille sponsored by the American Wool Growers.
Well, I mean,
come on, sheeple. Come on, sheeple. Wear wool.
God damn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna celebrate it. But I'm still like sick and probably have cancer, so probably
So Andy, do you want to talk about your procedure at all?
Let's try to figure out what his password is so you can find out his results.
It ain't.
Let's guess.
It ain't what? No, it became. Then I had to go do CAPTCHAs.
69.
No. Oh, I couldn't even come up with my name.